my Young and the Restless fans. Happy Friday Eve. Yes, we're getting closer to the end of the week, and we got a new episode to talk about. First, Nikki orders Kyle to stay away from Audra. Nate busts Audra in a lie, and Jack feel like he's having deja vu, only it's his brother instead of Ashley this time. Welcome back to CBS Soap Dish Recap, where we recap everything CBS Soaps, both the Young and the Restless and the Bold and the Beautiful. This is your Young and the Restless recap for September 7th. And without any further ado, let's talk about this episode. Oh, let's start out over at the Abbott estate where Jack is smiling. He's happy having a conversation with his sister Ashley over the phone. He suggests that while you're out in Paris, order some delicious fish. And he got a genuine smile that lights up his face. And of course, this is a rare moment lately of peace in the Abbott household. However, Diane got a little bit of skepticism and warnings. And as Jack get off that call with Ashley, he turns to his wife, who's sitting nearby. Jack's optimism is radiating, but Diane, ever the cautious one, is skeptical. Now, she's worrying about their plans, meaning Tucker and Ashley, of starting a business, and it's being on hold due to the honeymoon. Diane urges Jack, you know what, just keep your guard up, sensing that there's a storm maybe brewing. However, Jack can't help but share his other concerns about his brother Billy and his paranoid behavior. He confesses that recruiting Billy might have been a mistake, as Billy seems increasingly paranoid and determined to take over Jabot. Now, Jack reassures Diane that he has faith in her, but if things with Billy take a turn for the worse, she might have to step in and take charge. However, she decided that, nope, I don't want to take the position. That position should be given to their son, Kyle. So let's head over to the Chancellor house because we're going to hear Billy's fears about Diane and a plan. So as he's paying the visit to inquire in with his niece Abby and Dominic, Abby assumes that maybe there's something else that you're more interested in than checking on Dominic. But Billy genuinely wishes her and Tucker well. However, he can't shake his fears about Diane's intention toward Jabot. Now, he shares his concern about the vague post-nup agreement and his plan to craft a bylaw to keep her off the board. And all he needs is a majority vote, he says, but Abby warns him that this move could lead to another war, and she don't want no part of it. And I mean, at first it was Phyllis, it was Nikki. Ashley decided to give it up after Diane saved her life, and now Billy is taking it up. It's like, oh my God, how further are we going to go down this Diane rabbit hole? Speaking of Nikki Newman, let's cut over to the ranch where Kyle has a meeting with Nikki. Now, Nikki never wants to mince words, demand to know what he's doing with his life. Now, she's aware of his involvement with Audra and believes he's using it as a distraction from his pain. Now, Nikki makes it clear that Audra's position in Newman is contingent on her ending things with Kyle. Kyle insists that they finished and reflects on the past agreement to lie to Nikki. Nikki advises him to salvage his marriage with Summer, leading Kyle to reveal how his trust in Summer was completely shattered. Nikki also said that she doesn't have a position for him yet, but still, because of Audra's faith in him, have a job somewhere at the company. However, she was concerned about the fact that he left Jabot on a whim, comparing him to Adam. Yikes. So now we're over at Society, where Audra and Nate are having lunch, and Nate is praising her for keeping her job and questions her about her relationship with Kyle outside the boardroom. Now, she assures him that Nikki knows everything, but she wouldn't risk her career for a fling. Nate encourages her to focus on work and warns her about Kyle's potential to cause trouble. However, Audra got all the confidence in the world and brushes off Nate's warnings and shifts the conversation to Nate and Victoria's relationship. Now, Nate believes Victoria will always have his back, but Audra doubts it. She leaves, but Nate has a warning not to make him look bad because of Kyle. Nate, standing up, buttoning his jacket, cautions Audra not to let Kyle jeopardize her career. Just as Nikki arrives and questions Nate's statement, Audra receives a text from Kyle asking to meet. She smiles, leaving Nikki suspicious. So now we're in Chancellor Park, where Abby has an encounter with Kyle as she bumps into him and inquires about his emotional state following his marriage collapse. Kyle, seemingly carefree, shares that he's learned from his mistakes and suggests that she call him Smiling Kyle. However, she is still concerned as he walked away, changing his demeanor, looking like he's fearful. At the same time, we know Abby is going to run and tell Jack. So now we arrive over at Jabot, where Billy and Jack are having a confrontation and tensions are rising as he walks into the office. The brothers immediately begin bickering about Diane's role in the company. Jack wants this resolved, and so do I. But Billy believes that they need stipulations on what Diane can do. This sparks a whole heated argument as Billy insists that he's trying to protect the company. Billy eventually storms out of the office because he has a concern for the company and Diane, leaving Jack and Diane to wonder if they exchange one enemy for another. Billy warns Diane that he's not her enemy, but he does have issues with her position at Jabot. He predicts that his brother will eventually give in to whatever demands she makes. So now we head over to the park where Kyle and Audra is having a secret meeting, and when they meet up, Kyle reminds her of the risk involved. They discuss his meeting with Nikki, and Audra assures him he's not going anywhere. They agree to keep their relationship a secret, and of course, somebody is lurking nearby after, of course, he leaves, meaning Kyle. He confronts Audra, meaning Nate, revealing that he had a feeling she was lying to him. Now, he's worried about her lies to Nikki, warning her that this is playing with fire. Kyle has made it over to the coffee house where he runs into Uncle Billy. And of course, it was not a warm meeting. And as much as he wants to know what's going on, and Billy is like, this is Jabot business, Kyle left him with a warning. I don't care about that, but just don't mess with my mother. And finally, back over at Jabot, remember I told you guys Abby was going to call Jack about Kyle? She sure did. She's concerned. And of course, now both Jack and Diane is concerned about their son, and they call him over to the house to have a conversation with him. Jack and Diane, I don't know if this is going to work, but I guess it's worth a shot. Okay, so there you have it. We got brewing storms and hidden affairs as secrets and conflicts continue to simmer, where we left with a web of complex relationships, power struggles, hidden affairs, setting the stage for the next dramatic episode of The Young and the Restless. So there you have it, your recap for The Young and the Restless for September 7th. And stay tuned for the Bold and the Beautiful recap also for today. And until the next one, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Bye.